One day, while studying in the library, Shen Yao's phone rings. As soon as she answers it, a man warns her that someone is coming to get her. Suddenly, Shen Yao is surrounded by 4 men, so she runs for the door, but an officer blocks her way, so she is forced to run down the corridor. She finds a storage room, so she opens the door and locks herself inside to escape the agents, but now she has nowhere to go. The men try to break down the door, and the girl is terrified. Just when it seems hopeless, the man who called her tells her to turn around. Behind her, a yellow energy light hovers, and from it, a hand grabs her. When the agents break down the door, the girl is long gone. She has been grabbed by Wang, the one who called her to warn her about the agents. He tries to get her as far away from them as possible. However, Wang is hit in the air, but even if he is not injured, he will not be able to carry the girl far away. So he puts Shen Yao down and creates a barrier to protect her while he prepares to fight. As soon as he lands, he hits one of the agents with a punch, knocking him down. Another agent attacks him, so Wang pushes him away with another punch while also fending off 2 other agents. Finally, one of them manages to tackle Wang, causing him to jump into the air. After a brief mid-air scuffle, the man manages to slam Wang into a building with the help of his 3 allies. When the dust settles, however, all 3 allies have been knocked out. He emerges from the building and takes off his coat as things are about to get serious. Tired of wasting time, the agent decides to go all the way and lifts another building. The agent throws the building at Wang, but without breaking a sweat, Wang grabs the building with his powers, smashes it to pieces, and throws the blocks at the agent. The man tries to defend himself, but Wang simply compresses all the blocks until a massive explosion occurs, sending Wang and the agent into a mirrored version of the world. Wang is annoyed that things turned out this way, as it will cause him a lot of trouble, but now he has to deal with the man first. The agent pulls out his gun and points it at Wang, but the gun does not work in this dimension. Yellow energy begins to surround Wang, and the agent is pushed backwards into the water. Time then begins to rewind, and Wang hopes that things can be different in the next cycle. Eventually, everything returns to normal, and Shen Yao wakes up at her desk in the library. She has no memory of what just happened, and finds a young Wang standing next to her asking for help because he does not understand his math homework. Years pass, and now they are all at a high school event, playing Jenga, and it is Shen Yao's turn to make a move. But when she catches Wang's eye, the girl gets nervous and makes a mistake. Whoever topples the tower has to reveal a secret, so the group asks Shen Yao to tell them who her crush is. Wang starts to smile as soon as he hears this, so his classmates start to tease him because there is no way that Shen Yao could like a simple NPC like him. But to everyone's surprise, including Wang's, Shen Yao admits that she really likes him. Normally, this would have been the happiest day of her life. But soon after, Wang is beaten to a pulp. Wang has never met any of these people in his life, but their boss Sunjun has a crush on Shen Yao and decides to throw Wang into the river, threatening to kill him. Wang recognizes Sunjun as the leader of a notorious gang, and he also remembers hearing that Sunjun is constantly harassing Shen Yao, but he can do nothing against so many opponents. Sunjun then calls Shen Yao from Wang's phone and tells her to take a look at her friend's pitiful state. Shen Yao is horrified to see what Sunjun has done to Wang. Sunjun tells Wang that he is a loser and has no right to date someone as perfect as Shen Yao. Now Wang could take the easy way out and swear that he will never talk to Shen Yao again. But Wang would never betray her like that, so he headbutts the boy, but Wang ends up falling into the river. Sunjun starts to panic because he never planned to kill Wang, he just wanted to scare him a little. He calls Wang to see if he is okay, but no one answers, so Wang is probably dead. Meanwhile, in the water, Wang is drowning, but he does not bother to save himself, because if he cannot protect the person he loves, then there is no point in being alive. Suddenly, Wang has a vision of his childhood, where he just escaped from a fight that instantly destroyed all the popularity he had. At the end of the school day, everyone goes home, but Wang stays behind. Eventually, Shen Yao found Wang sitting near the gate. Shen Yao thought he had forgotten his umbrella, so she offered to share hers with him so they could walk home together. Wang refused her offer, but Shen Yao reminded him that it was still raining, so he was going to get wet. Shen Yao noticed a cut on his arm and asked him to show it to her. Wang refused at first, but the girl said she just wanted to help him bandage the wound. Wang finally agreed, so Shen Yao bandaged his arm and gave him a kiss to make it heal faster. At that moment, Wang had already imagined the next 50 years of his life with Shen Yao. He thanked her for her help, and from then on, they were practically inseparable. In the present, Wang wakes up in the water and notices a light coming from the bottom of the river. He swims down to investigate the light before he dies and finds a small glowing cube of light. He picks it up, but suddenly the cube activates and enters his body. Wang feels immense pain all over his body, and a few moments later, he is teleported out of the water. He begins to travel through a wormhole that lands him in the middle of a cube. When he wakes up, he begins to panic because he was drowning a second ago. He is relieved to be alive, but now he has no idea where he is or how he got there. Just then, a system appears in front of him and announces that Wang has the power to draw a 15-meter radius around himself, within which he can instantly teleport anywhere. None of this makes sense to Wang, but a moment later, he is teleported against his will. He appears in the sky above the river, and Wang freaks out again because he is really high up and is afraid that he will fall and die. But he is actually floating and realizes that Sun Jun is desperately looking for him in the water because he is afraid that he killed him. A few seconds later, he is teleported to a new location. Sun Jun has the feeling that someone was watching him from the sky, so he asks his subordinates if they heard anything, but they think that Sun Jun had a hallucination. Meanwhile, Wang has been teleported to an empty classroom in his school. He is now sure that he can really teleport, but he does not understand how he acquired this power. Suddenly, the system speaks and tells the boy that he has just activated his teleportation power. Wang is afraid that he might go crazy because he hears voices in his head, but the system corrects him that he is actually in Wang's body and not in his head. Wang tells him to get out of his body, but the system ignores him and warns that someone is approaching. A staff member goes to the classroom because he heard a strange noise coming from inside, but when he opens the door, he only sees an empty classroom with a pool of water on the floor. Wang manages to get home, so he decides to take a shower to relax. A little later, he pulls out his cell phone, and somehow it still works, even though it was with him at the bottom of the river. The first thing he does is call Shen Yao to let her know that he is still alive. As soon as Shen Yao answers, she frantically asks him if he is all right. She thinks that Sun Jun has gone too far and asks Wang if they should report him to the police, but Wang tells her that there is no need and that he managed to escape without Sun Jun seeing him, so right now the bully is probably still looking for Wang's body in the river. Wang tells her to rest for today and then lies down in his bed, wondering what to do with his system, since no one would believe him even if he told them. Suddenly, the system reappears and asks if Wang has calmed down yet. Wang asks why it keeps following him, but the system reminds him that it is now a part of his body, so Wang cannot escape it. The system then activates the cube, and Wang is sucked back into it. The system explains that it has made a connection with Wang's body, so in other words, Wang is stuck with it forever. This makes him a user of the universal heraldric cube system and the master of the system. Wong still doesn't quite understand, so he asks the system where he is, and it tells him that it's a macro space inside the cube, and even though the cube is only 3 centimeters big, it has much more space inside. The system tells him that he wants to fulfill his dream of becoming the king of the world. This is the end of the first episode. Subscribe to not miss the next episode of this new anime. Thank you for watching.